welcome to my new place.
Oh, see, welcome.
New
Energy, new neighbors.
same furniture,
Yes.
same annoying.
Same feeling, same life.
We talked about the tequila, and I had Dwayne Johnson call me today.
Oh, did he call you?
Yeah, he said that this has too much influence on my sales.
Our 8 subscribers, we don't know.
And he told me, you guys are so stupid not to know that real tequila is always gluten-free.
For that,
And
you
I told
must
him,
die.
why do you feel the need to put it on your bottle then, if it's always the case anyway?
Stupid, bold guy. I saw someone that left a box of...
In your apartment, you saw somebody lifting a
Yes,
box
outside
in the
yes.
hallway or whatever?
Yeah, on the hallway. Like, they just litter there.
Yeah.
And
And
I wanted a pizza instead of...
she saw an old box of pizza
like,
in the
I
middle of
want
the hallway,
pizza.
and that makes her hungry.
Yeah, so I wanted pizza. So Pepe...
So how was it? I picked the pizza, so I want to know, how was it?
It was really good.
Really?
Pepe needs validation every time. Every time he cooks, he needs super extra validation from anyone.
Yes, no, but I was interested because I just want to make sure that you really liked the pizza.
It was gluten-free?
Yes. But they did a survey and they looked into the data, and like 1 out of 8 times you would see a guy's dick, basically. And that's what.
So
that's what happened.
you went there?
Yeah.
So it's still active? Is it still active?
Yeah, it's like not popular whatsoever.
It's not popular anymore?
No, because like after because it was so wild, people were curious and they went there, and after a while, like people like sane people, I guess, or whatever, they get tired of it. Like you don't want to go on the site and see a guy's dick all the time, right? Well, I mean, okay. Sorry, wrong question.
Wrong person.
And she yelled, "Think of your mother! Think of your mother!" And the guy went soft all of a sudden. and she said, "I'm doing that every time. I'm fixing the world one dick at a time." But I remember how great I was feeling, and I was like alert. I was like more productive. I could multitask without any problem, even though I don't believe in multitasking. I could switch from one activity to another very quickly.
You multitask.
Task.
While feeling sorry for yourself, you're watching TV. And drinking.
I think we can live on that.
So you... Super Right Now.
Welcome to Super Right
Now.
It's a new Banter, a new episode tonight.
A new day, new life.
A new day, new life. Well, I mean, it might be the morning for you, but right now, Super Right Now, it's the night for us.
It's clearly
yes.
day.
Yeah, I mean, when you're on your radio, in your car in the morning while driving to work, you cannot see us.
Depends on what you're working.
Yeah,
depends on what you're working.
But don't look at us on YouTube while you're driving, please. Safety first. Always.
Safety first.
Always.
Yes. That's why we have a podcast.
A good audience is an audience that is alive.
Yes, I don't need you. You don't like. We don't need you if you're dead. So.
No.
So we need to have audience, a live audience.
That's such a nice thing to say
I
when
know.
you have only 8
Keep
subscribers.
you alive. 8 subscribers. Please be safe.
Yes.
Drive safely. Wash your hands.
And spread the word, please.
Wash your hands.
Advertise for us. Wash your hands.
And don't touch your face.
Wash your feet, like I did today. Somebody brought... Oh, look at that. It's all shiny. Maybe people can see or not. I don't know. So today, I had... my first
pedicure.
Yes, thanks to
me, because he never had in his whole life a pedicure.
No, never had it ever. I mean, it was nice.
Yeah,
I think I prefer a foot massage, but it was nice. Like it's all soft
and clean.
But she told me that my feet were soft already.
Yes, yeah. Actually, Pepe has good skin. because he drinks a lot of water, so bravo for that. I mean, he needs to compensate all the alcohol that he drinks. He needs to compensate with water. But he was like going through a very like a different dimension, because as we entered the pedicure salon,
yeah.
nail salon, he was like,
yeah.
what should I do? What should I like? Nothing, just relax. But of course, the lady's like, what do you want? And I was like, 2 pedicures and 1 manicure.
Can you please try to do that without any like accent? That will be very...
What accent? It's my Mexican accent. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
So the ladies were like, okay, what do you want? And I was like, 2 pedicures and 1 manicure. But he's like, why? What regular pedicure or like what type of pedicure?
Standard, yeah.
So he was like, I don't know. Like, you know, if you like, okay, probably at the Banter number 20th,
yeah.
you will know him. He get very stressed about almost everything. So as the moment the ladies start asking questions, what type of pedicure, you can see his face like going from this to, I don't know. Like, okay, don't worry. Fiona is here to take this.
No, it's not like I get stressed. I don't like to be unprepared. So when somebody asks me,
it's just a pedicure.
And I really like, honestly, I think when you're on a customer service and you're obviously in the 95% type of service that is female, when you see a male, just don't act out like, you know, it's a normal regular customer.
It is a regular. Excuse me, but every time I have gone. I have gone to my pedicures. There's always a man.
Okay.
Always.
Well,
so it's not new for you. It's not new for them. It's new for you, and you felt very uncomfortable with all these questions.
Part of the service is to not act out like you think the customer knows everything. That's part of the service.
It's a nail salon. What did you expect?
Okay.
Amazon Prime?
Sorry.
Treatment?
But it was nice. It didn't hurt. It tickled a little bit.
It tickled.
I like the fact that there was the massage thing.
Chair. Yeah.
My feet are very soft. They are very. My nails
he had fungus.
She did not say that whatsoever.
Yeah, that's because she was very polite.
Okay, so apparently I can make a mushroom salad next time.
Roquefort cheese.
No, I never had problem with my feet. I never had any infections. No. When I was a teenager, I did have some stuff. But do you know urchins? You know what is an urchin? An urchin, it's on the reef. It's like spiky animals in the sea.
Yeah. I know what is that.
Yeah. So because I was surfing on the reef, the reef is full of urchins. And so when you wipe out or whatever, you go on the reef. It's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, no, I know.
I got like scrapped and blood everywhere, but most of the time it was okay. But you really need to walk on the reef
that's very dangerous
to go around the waves. Every time urchins like spikes on my feet all the time. But I mean, it was fun.
Well, that's not the disease.
Yes.
Okay, so we were there. We wanted to have a relaxing moment before
I was so tired
recording this episode, Banter.
Yes.
So we went there, and he was reading an article. I don't know. We were like, okay, I know what to expect. So I was kind of relaxed. But since it was his first time, just the lady asked him, like, if I hurt you, just let me know. Oh, okay. So he was reading something, and apparently it was something funny, because he was like, or you were reacting a lot to the article. So he was like, and the lady was like very scared, like, what the fuck did I do?
Did I do something
What
wrong?
the fuck did I do? And I like, no, I was just reading something. And I was like, please, Pepe, don't do any noise, because this lady evidently and clearly she's getting stressed every time you make a noise. Oh, okay. So again, 5 minutes later. What part of don't make any noise?
No, it was funny. I was preparing for my topic for today. And I was reading anecdotes that were crazy. I cannot say, like, I think you need like 3 episodes to go through everything that I'm going to talk about today. But I wanted to come back to the fact to say, like, welcome to my new place.
Oh, see, welcome.
New,
New energy,
yeah.
new neighbors.
Same furniture.
As yes.
Same annoying.
Same feeling, same life.
Yes.
Same shitty attitude. Sometimes.
And I wanted to go back because I know that you talked a lot about the tequila, and I had Dwayne Johnson call me today.
Oh, did he call you?
Yeah, he said that this has too much influence on my sales.
Our 8 subscribers, we don't know.
And he told me, you guys are so stupid not to know that real tequila is always gluten-free.
For that,
and
you
I told
must
him,
buy.
well, why do you feel the need to put it on your bottle then, if it's always the case anyway?
Stupid, bald guy.
the most the most successful actor in the world.
Actually, I like
right
him.
Now.
I really like him. I like his movies and I like his personality.
I like his dedication because he posts a lot on Instagram, and you can see him working out.
Because he has people doing that for him.
Yeah,
you know
of
that,
course,
right?
because he barely has time. But it's good to see the dedication.
Yes, he's.
And I mean, for me, I like inspiring stuff. Honestly, like it takes me a while to get into where I want to be, but it's always good to see that things don't come easy. Like the guy is obviously like a beast or whatever, but he's working really hard every day. And you have some people like, they sell you everything about, how to buy stocks and everything. But these people are actually studying every single day. They are not like, like
lazy,
like this and say, I know it all. No, it changes all the time. You need to keep yourself, current, updated. And
tequila sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't clearly study the good tequila taste.
Did you eat well tonight?
Yes.
What did I make for you? What did I make for you?
Pizza.
I made pizza for
Pizza for me because yesterday some liter I saw someone that left a box of
in your apartment. You saw somebody lifting a
yes,
box outside in the hallway or whatever.
Yeah, on the hallway. They just litter there.
Yeah,
and
and
I wanted a pizza instead of.
She saw an old box of pizza in
like,
the middle of the hallway, and that makes her hungry.
Yeah, so I wanted pizza. So Pepe.
So how was it? I picked the pizza, so I want to know how was it.
It was really good.
Really?
Pepe needs validation every time. Every time he cooks, he needs super extra validation from anyone.
Yes, no, but I was interested because I just want to make sure that you really liked the pizza.
It was gluten-free?
Yes. You figure it out.
Why? Because I know you.
It was gluten-free, see?
No, it wasn't gluten-free at all. You know why?
Why?
Because I put Valentina, the Mexican sauce.
Why would be gluten on the hot sauce?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Could
exactly.
be.
I don't know what is going on. They really think gluten is good.
But it's not bad.
Yeah, but you think if it's not there, it will be bad. So, no, it is really bad. It is very bad.
Anyway, tequila.
Anyway, so you had, tequila.
The tequila
pizza.
Sucks. Dwayne.
He's going to
complain.
The Rock. He's going to complain. He's going to, lose a lot of
Well, prove
sales.
me wrong, Dwayne the Rock. Give me more tequila and show me like, hey, taste these 20 bottles of tequila for free.
Although I was following him before he released this tequila, and he was always drinking like high-end Don Julio.
It's really good.
Until, of course, he released his tequila, and then it's all
probably
about his tequila.
secretly he drinks Don Julio.
Yeah, maybe.
Like seriously, because it's not the comparison between tequilas.
It's really different taste. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, and we had this. We had this episode about porn. Well, our introduction to the porn world when we were teenagers.
How I was impacted by how my first approach to porn.
Yes.
Yes.
So I can't remember which Banter it was, but apparently people really, really liked it. No.
We went from 7 subscribers to 8. That's when we reach our goal.
Yes.
We have an Instagram. You can see how we celebrate.
That's
Remember?
True. Yes. And we're going to celebrate once we go to 10. It's going to be a major party.
We are going to give away a lot of merch.
Oh yeah, we have merch on Teespring, by the way. If you look at our
If you want to
if you
give
look
us
at our
money,
description,
if you want to give us money, but we have an account. We have Instagram, super right now,
yes.
and we
But
post
if
funny
you
things.
if you do want to give us money, we do have merch like
Yes, we
this and this. By the way, here you
have. And this.
we didn't prepare that, but we do have merch.
Coincidentally,
Yes, you will not have the great body.
it doesn't include the boobies, the man boobs. You have to work like Dwayne the Rock
Yes.
to have the man boobs, like fluffy man boobs.
So when we talked about our introduction to porn, I told you about this guy that disgusted me, like the friend of a friend.
Yeah, your friend.
And he was showing us clips,
Uh-huh.
and I was telling you like I didn't know why it was going on, and I thought it was because he wanted to justify his sickness in a way, to normalize it,
to normalize
to
how
see
he was
our
looking
reaction.
porn.
So he wanted to like weird us out, but at the same time make it normal in a way. And I remembered that there was something like that was just made for him, like somebody that wants to show something that is a weird part of himself and just want the people to know. So there is like this like a few years ago, like in 2009, a 17-year-old teenager from Moscow.
From where?
Moscow.
Russia?
Yes, in Russia. A Russian 17-year-old. He was working in the summer, I think, in like a gift shop, souvenir shop, and he met a lot of tourists, so random people, and he loved the interaction he had with them because they were coming from everywhere in the world, and they were just chatting, just for a few minutes at the shop and then leaving. And he decided to create that on the website, which means randomly meeting people and chatting. And that was the beginning of the website that was known as DickRoulette. You know what roulette means, right?
Roulette?
Yeah, roulette is the gambling game in the casinos. Like you don't know, it's random. You don't know like which number is going to fall.
Yeah.
And so that's what is the roulette. It's basically you log in, there's no signing, it's totally anonymous, well, except for your IP address, I guess. And you go in and your camera is on, and the other person's camera is on, and you see each other randomly.
So like Zoom?
Yeah, but like...
Yeah, but you don't know who is going to be on the other side.
You don't know. And so that's the intent behind it, was to meet strangers and random people and start chatting together, just like he did with the tourist. But of course, human nature being what it is, that's not what really happened. So like in a very... So it became like popular, like the first month, like first few days was 500 members, well, not subscribers, but
like
people.
Us.
Then 50,000 after a month, and it became like, it went up to 30 million because there was a huge craze because it was new. And it was at the time when internet was still free and wild. And that's basically what happened. Like a lot of gross things happen because you put random people that are anonymous looking at each other. And you know what happened? Guys showing their dick or masturbating all the time.
So, but if you're a guy and you go there,
yes,
so you can see another guy masturbating.
Yeah. And so the guys started to do that, and it was known for just like seeing people. So exhibitionists basically. So it was like a platform for exhibitionists instead of being something that was like, oh, I need to
meet someone, to talk.
But it became so popular because of that. Everybody was curious to go there and like, is it true? And that people started really chatting, they met and stuff. Like you have like still good stories, but they did a survey and they looked into the data, and like 1 out of 8 times you would see a guy's dick, basically. And that's what.
So
that's
you went there?
Yeah.
So it's still active? Is it still active?
Yeah, it's like not popular whatsoever.
It's not popular anymore?
No, because like after. Because it was so wild, people were curious and they went there, and after a while, like people like sane people, I guess, or whatever, they get tired of it. Like you don't want to go on the site and see a guy's dick all the time, right? Well, I mean, okay. Sorry, wrong question.
Wrong person. Secretly, Fiona now it's what's the name of the place?
But so yeah, but good things happen too. Like you would. It was basically like the last place for some people to talk to someone.
Uh-huh.
You have some people that are really, really lonely, that feel like no, but feel like they cannot share some things with people that they know. So of course you have a lot of creepiness of gross things, like horrible things.
Like what is the
Like
gross thing?
like you would go randomly and there would be a guy with a gun pointing at you, and so everybody could do whatever they wanted. So whether it was to scare you, whether it was to show their sickness, it was happening. And so that's why, and until to this day, like, keep your kids as far away as possible from this website, because not only like porn sites is something, but at least you have a production or whatever, like you
a director,
like,
plot.
Like 9 times out of 10, I guess you're not going to, I don't know, like, to find really like horrible stuff. But on there, it's actually strangers, people that do whatever they want. Like, and you don't know what's going to happen next, because you skip, you basically, if you find someone that you want to talk to, you start exchanging and you can talk. And if you see something that you don't like, you just skip. So it was like the start of the skipping generation, which I learned my own way, like, going to Tinder, because it was costing me it's like, I cannot believe, like, you reject people. Before having these apps or websites, you were never
giving a chance.
No, you were never rejecting that many people. And it's horrible, because you do that 90% of the time.
Because now you have the platform to reject people.
But so it was like skip until you see something. The guys want probably to see mostly girls, and probably also happen. But like the intent was to put people from very far away together and start chatting and exchanging or whatever. And then it became just like dick everywhere. But I do have like a few anecdotes about it.
So are you going to put the link?
To what? To DickRoulette? You just go to DickRoulette.com. No, I don't want to like...
Why?
I went there today to check how it was, because I remember back in the day I went there, and like everybody else, I went like once or twice, and then it's okay. I know what it is. It's funny, but I don't need to go back. So I went today. I was preparing this topic, and right when you go on it now, it says whether you don't want to see dicks. Like they basically say
now
that.
You have a filter.
Like, yeah. So it's like you want to sign in, you don't want to see dicks, and it's moderated, it's filtered, or you don't care and you want to see dicks. But it became that. Like, so it's not like the website, it's not like the 17-year-old wanted to make that website like that. People made it that way. Yeah. And it's official. It's like the guys showing dicks website. And it's
so you
crazy.
Went there?
So yeah, I went there, and yeah, it's like whether you have like porn ads, or fake guys, or just like any. I didn't see any female. I went there like 20 minutes, no female whatsoever, no girls. It was just guys touching themselves. Like, it's just that, just that. And I mean, that's how it is. But you see that you can try to make something good, and you let people decide, and it becomes something really bad. But there is something that is really true about it. I think it was like the last. I'm sure you can find a lot of websites that are like that. I know that there are over ones this way, but not that became that popular really fast and then turned bad. But like all the social media that came during that time, so at the time you had MySpace, then it was the rise of Facebook, then Instagram came on in 2010.
That many
Yeah,
years?
and so what happened with all this is that they started organizing internet. So they built up algorithm, and so the randomness of things was no more, because now
you know what to look.
Now everything is based on your algorithm, on your like interests, and you have no accidents. Like, you don't stumble upon
things that you don't want to
see. Especially on social media, on Facebook or whatever. Like, you really have to do a search first, so it gets added to the algorithm, so you can find it again. But accidentally you won't find anything that
you wouldn't watch.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no more randomness like that, and I think it was like a good way of like being wild and free, but yeah, it didn't turn out the way they wanted to. But you do have some good stories, because a lot of lonely people, like as it happens nowadays, they go there, they meet strangers, and maybe they just want to talk to someone. And I read something an anecdote. Well, not an anecdote. So it's actually really important. Like a story of someone that was totally depressed and very suicidal, and he went on chat roulette and like he trying to find somebody to listen. Yeah. And he found this person. It was a guy that didn't say anything. He was like, "Listen, I'm about to do something really bad. I just need somebody to listen." And most people were skipping, and this guy didn't skip at the right time and just listen to him. And since like if your connection breaks, you break the conversation. So he gave himself his Skype, and apparently talked to him like all night. And he saved his life because he told the story like a few years later. It's like, I'm still alive. At that time I was like so down, like I didn't see anything that good that could happen to me, and I just needed somebody to listen.
So they keep in touch.
And I don't have the ends of it because they are just saying what are the good things that happen. But this is the type of stories, I guess, that was
the good ones.
Yeah,
1 out of 100.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess it reflects exactly how the world is, and on people want to
connect,
present themselves and connect. I guess a lot of things is about sex and being validated, I guess, like because guys showing things and just like,
yeah, why? Like
I want to be validated. Is it all right?
No, there's a lot of DMs in Instagram or other platforms. They're just guys that send you the picture of their dick.
In what?
Instagram or DMs.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. There's a lot of, so it's like, yes, because that's what I want to see. But it's better to see that than a creepy guy just, I want to meet you because you're beautiful. I don't know. I think it's it's more creepy.
Yeah, but I mean, like it attracts all the vices basically, because it for them it's a free thing to just meet anybody and show whatever their sickness is. It's also a way to show everything like good that you have to share, but apparently it's not that much that many people.
So you're becoming a member?
No. I just wanted to find like a few funny things that I read something like someone said like one day at 4 a.m. Like at the time when chat roulette was really popular, like she was eating Eggo waffle at 4 a.m, and she decided to just go on in the kitchen, just go on chat roulette, and then that guy was just like masturbating in front of her, and instead of skipping, she looked at it, she stared at it while eating her waffle, and she didn't say anything. She was just eating her waffle, and she said she experienced like slowly the guy was losing his heart on. slowly, and then he logged off. She was just like
it's very, very, very arousing.
Because the guys want, I guess they want people, they want the other people
they want their
aroused.
reaction, like arousing reaction.
And some people were like on it and falling asleep on it, and he woke up. Because there was a guy was typing wake up, so there was somebody looking at him. It's because every time chat roulette it goes on,
changes.
Yes,
And
guy that stayed on, it was like wake up, and then there was
that's so creepy. I couldn't I don't have that.
I mean, like to me, like it gives me like chills.
And
then you had another one. That was,
we should go.
So it goes randomly into a guy, and the guy was hiding under the covers, and he was saying, "You need to go to sleep. It's very late. You need to go to sleep. It's very late. You need to go to sleep. It's very late."
That's for you.
Oh my god! Yeah, and there was a girl that said that she found her cousin jacking off in front on chat roulette, and she was topless.
Well, cousins.
And when they met on a family reunion, it was kind of awkward.
Like, you're the big tits. Oh, you're the small dick.
Yeah, but it's just crazy.
We should go. We should try and go now.
Wait, I'm trying to find
a good dick.
Oh yeah, and there was another girl that said, so she found a guy like masturbating, and she yelled, think of your mother, think of your mother. And the guy went soft all of a sudden. And she said, I'm doing that every time. I'm fixing the world one dick at a time.
One dick at a time. But it's only in Russia or it's worldwide?
No, it's world. Yeah, it's worldwide. It's, yes, from everywhere in the world at any time.
Uh-huh.
And there's one that said just after the whole craze started and there were people genuinely using it with the occasional exposed penises.
Uh-huh.
I ended up talking to a guy for about 10 minutes. So that's a girl. She ended up talking to a guy for about 10 minutes about everything.
Uh-huh.
And the last topic was about chat roulette and how cool it was, except for how many naked guys you see there. And after a few minutes into that conversation with this nice guy, the guy says, "Oh, wait a second." And he stands up and he was naked the whole time.
Well, but at least they talk.
Yes, yeah.
But she logged
and
off.
she thought he was going to get up to to show her something cool, but no, the entire time he was nude.
Well,
and he waved his penis at her, and she said, "I couldn't help but laugh at his dedication."
well, yes. He waited 10 minutes? 10 minutes?
Yes,
Okay,
he was having a normal conversation.
Yeah, well, that's good. In about 3 seconds, Pepe, it's going to make the helicopter.
Oh, and okay, the last one. I ended up talking with this one guy from Europe, and eventually he brought his sister out to say hi. He left for a bit, and the sister started saying, "Oh, she wanted to fart in my mouth."
What?
That's for you, random people.
Fart, but she was aroused by that?
No, I mean,
No.
I don't have the context. But you're talking to someone, say, "Oh, here's my sister." Just wait a minute, and then the sister comes in and says, "I want to fart in your mouth right now."
And the other, like, okay.
Well, I don't know.
Please fart in my mouth.
Yeah, yeah. So that's that. I remember that because it was so it was over 10 years ago, and like everybody was talking about it, and all of a sudden, nobody was talking about it. I just remembered, so I did a few research, and it's exactly what happened. Like people were curious to see that website where everybody could see random people. And after a while, well, you just I have a life. I don't.
I mean, it's really, really creepy, because nowadays, I mean, there's always creepy people that are always looking how to
more
damage.
Yeah, but like the thing, I think it feels like it's more and more because first of all, now technology, they're more exposed. We have more information about this, but also we are more and more isolated as well. I think at some point, like we have the technology to see the world, but we are like very busy.
We are
doing our stuff and not going out.
With this,
especially with the
the lockdown. I think we were discussing this, or I don't know if it was you or another friend. Because I do have other friends.
Yes.
Imaginary friends. But yeah, with this lockdown, and we talk about all of a sudden we are working from home. And my point of view is that, yes, a lot of people rather work from home, and because it's convenient, because they think they are more productive.
No commute,
etc. But then I think it's at the midterm, it's going to be very damaging I think, especially if there's people like me that they cannot be isolated for a long time, like me.
Yeah.
That I need to have social.
But you get used to it. I was thinking about
that's the part. That's the part. That's the bad. That's what I was going.
Oh, sorry.
That probably, probably. Now a lot of people, as I was saying, it's good, it's fine, but then I think they you have a repercussion on your psyche, on your psyche, because like you are not going to be able to interact with the society. Like you are going to stay there, and I don't think it's good to get in your place and not doing anything and not interacting whatsoever with the outside world. And that's what it's happening. You have more interaction through Zoom, through other platforms. And as you said, like these type of platforms are good for people that right now they rather stay at home, have a random interaction with some probably creepy people, or if they have luck, they find someone good. But that's the problem. Like less and less we're going to interact, and I don't accept that.
But I'm a very good example of that, because like humans, like we're animal of habits. Like, because I know, because I'm old now, so I had different periods, but I know, I love to go outside and be very active, and when I do it, I really, really enjoy it. I'm like, I should do that more and more and more and more. And then with this lockdown now, I'm getting used to just staying at home.
Yeah, that's horrible, and
stuff.
I cannot do that.
Okay, I don't necessarily accept your judgment right now, but thank you for sharing it.
It's not normal. It's not normal. How
to each his own, but it's true that we are meant still on this part of evolution, and scientifically, we're still supposed to be active animals. Well, very active. You lose your muscles, like the whole everything that is linked to activity is better for you physically and mentally and intellectually. Like, it's just proven because of all the hormones and the chemicals that go through like the oxygen that you pump, everything as something beneficial for you. So we know that we should not be couch potatoes. It's just that technology made us more and more sedentary, more and more inactive, and of course you have a large part of society that knows the benefits of being super active, of eating well, etc. But this is not something that is accessible to everybody. Most people that you see being very active, eating well, living a long life are people that have the means to live this type of life. Like poor people, the only thing that they have access to is really bad stuff for a very long time. I don't want to talk right now about this topic, but when you put a group of people always into being poor, not giving them access to anything or opportunities to anything, of course, through generation to generation, you are changing like their DNA footprint, and they become diabetic because then it becomes imprinted to their family, because that's the only thing they had access to, like eating shit and not being able to do things that are right for them. And then it's like, wow, these people, they're always sick, and because from generation,
they don't have access.
Yes, from generation, that's all. Like, I'm sorry, but when it costs 5 times more to eat a salad than to eat a burger, to eat a burger, like, what do you think people that don't have money are going to do? Of course, they know it's bad for them, but they are hungry, so they're going to eat
they're going to eat
thing.
whatever it's
things
more
that,
cheaper.
Like,
it's cheaper
with things that are addictive on top of that.
Sugar
is the most addictive drug in the world.
So talking about that,
yes,
it's good that you brought it to the table.
I'm very passionate about this.
You're very passionate. So, with this coronavirus pandemic situation, one of the most impact countries was my own country, Mexico.
Oh, you're from Mexico?
No, what
is that the country of avocados?
It's the country of avocados and mariachi and tacos. Mexico, I think, is the third place, just after, or fourth place, just after United States, Brazil. So it's really bad in Mexico. And why? Because we are the fourth place in the world that consumes processed food. So that processed food.
Yeah, I read yesterday that like the people that were actually dying from coronavirus were mostly like obese people.
So in Mexico, of course, is easier as United States, as other countries, as you were saying, getting food, processed food, because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Everything is cheaper because the distribution is cheaper, because the mass production is cheaper. So the Mexico, I think, it's the second place worldwide, like obese. And in kids, I think it's the first place. So the government, besides this, there is the stupidity of how they handle the coronavirus situation.
Or did not handle it at all, right?
Oh, yeah. No, they were using Jesus Christ and saints to protect people from the coronavirus. So they were blaming, and that's true. They were blaming the obesity and the processed food and the junk that we eat, or Mexicans eat. We eat, and that was one of the causes that were, that's why we had a lot of people dying of coronavirus in Mexico. So one of the poorest states in Mexico, which is Oaxaca, which is really poor. It's super beautiful. Don't get me wrong. If you go there, it's a very, very beautiful state with very nice beaches. You like to surf, there's beaches to surf. On December, you can see whales. The food is very good, but
it's poor.
But it's poor, and 28 out of 100 kids are obese.
Oh, 28% of kids are obese.
Yes, and it's high as fuck. So last month, August the 6th,
20.
Yeah, they are like, because what you can buy, like now the healthy food is organic. Organic food nowadays, it's super expensive.
Yeah.
Like you go and try to buy something from farmer market, a banana is like $2, a freaking banana. Yeah. It's stupid. Yeah. So of course, you rather buy fries or a Coke or junk food. Cheetos, because your kids needs to eat. And what it bothers me most is Pringles. Like a lot of people in Mexico, and I had a discussion, and I unfriended this friend, by the way.
You unfriended this friend?
Yeah, because she was blaming the people, like, oh, you have to eat better. Why do you blame the government?
That's exactly like this type of person.
Why do you blame the government? No, the government is their fault because they need to make more accessible this type of food. They have to make accessible the healthy.
That's from the private sector. Wait, we're in the US here. We're not expecting anything from the government. They're not going to dictate to us or to live. Okay, I'm saying that it's part
the rhetoric.
Sarcastic.
Okay.
You know why? Because they decide on a lot of things. Like there are a lot of things that are FDA approved that should not be, because there is some under the table lobbying and stuff like that. But anyway, it's not the fault of the government if there is not enough like good paying jobs or resources within the region.
But they still need it. I think, yes, it's part of our culture that we need to learn to eat better. But if I don't have the means, how can I provide to my kids?
One day I'm going to talk about corn.
Good food. So in Oaxaca.
It sounds like
it's
like
super beautiful. Oaxaca. The Congress in Oaxaca, it's by law that kids under 18 years old, they cannot eat. Well, they can eat, but they cannot buy junk food.
Like is it a state or town? What is it?
A state. It's a state. The state.
It's a state law.
It's a state law. By law, you cannot go and buy in these grocery stores, on the convenience stores, little stores. You cannot buy any junk food. No sodas.
Like it's illegal.
Yeah, it's illegal.
So they made it illegal.
If you're not the parent, you cannot give to the kid, even if as a present, as a gift, you cannot give them
so even the parents cannot give junk food to their kids. It's only for kids.
It's only for kids.
The law is only for kids. So kids cannot buy any junk food, any processed food. So I guess they have a list of foods that are considered junk food.
And if you're not the parent, you cannot give to the kid any processed food or any junk food.
And would you get fined? What is it?
I was looking what type of, because they are just trying to implement the law.
Yeah.
It's brand new.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
It's going to be hard, and it costs a lot of, of course, there's like the UNICEF, they are always, of course, supporting this law. But there's the other part, which is the big companies like Coke, like Bimbo, like these big Mexican companies that they live because of, like, they have money because of that. So they were saying like, okay, no, we have to find a way to balance this law, because by now, like, all these small convenience stores or grocery stores, most of the income, it was because they were selling young food to the kids, to the families. So it has been very
But they lost some business.
They are going to lose a lot. I was reading that already like 20% of the small businesses, like little stores, they already closing.
25%?
20%, because of course first the coronavirus, so they needed to shut down. And then the situation, and in the schools in Mexico, they used to sell this type of junk food to kids. So no more. So which I support that.
I mean,
but now
in
you have
public schools, like it's a public duty to provide to your kids the right food.
the right food.
Like I was always flabbergasted, astounded, or whatever. I was always very surprised of the type of food that is giving in the US. Because when I grew up in France, and still to this day, because I was a teacher in France, they make sure that they have prepped meal and not processed, like not meals that you can keep in the freezer for 2 months, not meals that were prepared like
healthy food,
like healthy food that are done the day before, fresh, and that are distributed in all schools, and that's what the kids eat, and it's like balanced meals throughout the week. So that means that you will have some red meat, some white meat, some fish,
grains, proteins,
greens, etc. Right. And then, like, I think once a month you can have fries and burgers, because
basically my childhood, because
kids love it. But isn't it like great? It's like the dicks on
dicks. Sorry, I was looking like I was eating a waffle.
But it's I always found it I'm so proud of this.
France, actually, I was reading that it's one of the most healthier countries, healthy countries.
Yeah, I mean they eat really, really bad because a lot of stuff, like, of course, it's like everywhere else, processed food is less expensive. But it's always really, really surprised me here in the US, like from day one you go to kindergarten or whatever, like the food they have
it's horrible.
It's just like like wings and like fried stuff,
the fruit,
just like sodium bombs everywhere.
The fruit is the canned food. I cannot tolerate that food, that fruit.
But because all the nutrients are gone, everything they give to kids to eat, the nutrients are gone. It's just like fat and sodium.
So, okay, going back to our topic, as I was saying.
Yes. I don't want to be too radical about this, but
seriously,
it's really bad. We all have to be very conscious about
the food, because right now is the only thing that our body is the only way that it's fighting back the coronavirus.
Yes.
Yeah. The healthier you eat, your body will be able to fight back any disease. So it's a good way to help our kids, to try to feed them as best as we can. So, in Mexico now, another 24 states.
Like you gain on autoimmunity? Or
it's why I always forget that word. What? Immune system.
Immune system.
Yeah. So now another 24 states, they want to implement. Because in Mexico and everything is starting in Chile. In Chile now, or as in Mexico now, the junk food, they are not in Mexico now. In October 20th, it's going to start this new law. Like for junk food, sodas, you cannot have these colorfully cartoon characters anymore.
Oh, something that would attract the kids to eat it.
So you can, in the front of
it's just the same like for cigarettes, when they were trying to make it fun, and then they did the same.
Then in the front of the package, there should be a label black label.
So it's just like for cigarettes.
Octagon, like big. I have a picture here actually.
Yeah.
With all the like very, very in a very explicit way.
Yeah.
How like the cigarettes, how the ingredients
the consequences
will damage your body, that it's a huge risk. The ingredients, the fat, I have this high in sugar, high in calories, and saturated fat. So they have to put that in big bold letters. And then even like some of them that are not alcoholic, but they have to say not for kids, or not allowed for kids, not to sell to kids.
Okay.
So and also they are trying to regulate that celebrities or public so they cannot advertise these type of products.
So, it's the same. Like, I'm always surprised.
But this is by law. This is already by law, national law.
They were talking about how this company bought, Josh Clooney released the vodka. Oh, no, was it a vodka? No, tequila. He released the tequila with, I think, Cindy Crawford's husband.
That's the way.
Okay. You get a little bit more on your left? No, on the right then. Yeah. Oh yeah, a black label on packages.
So not attractive for kids, basically.
But so this is like the idea, like for cigarettes, like that started I think 20 years ago now in France, and it went all across Europe.
But in France, everyone smokes. That shit didn't work.
Well, no, less now. But anyway, like you see the damaged lungs because of cigarettes on the pack of cigarettes.
Or a lady like with a hole in her throat.
Yeah, and so it's the same. Like in like a long time ago in France, there was no more commercial for cigarettes on TV or on billboards or on any magazines. Totally forbidden. I think little by little it was the same for alcohol, depending on the amount of the volume of alcohol, and when you say like celebrities, they cannot. Of course, it's a lot of money. Like alcohol sells a lot, especially with the pandemic now. Everybody stays at home, and apparently the sales went up. But of course, it's really damaging to your system, to your mental, to your everything. It can really ruin lives. And I'm always surprised, to go back to what we were talking at the beginning, when you have somebody, a celebrity. So I was talking about George Clooney, and they sold it like for $350 million. I don't know, something like that. And then what's his name? Ryan Reynolds. He just sold his gin brand for I think over $1 billion or something like that, like last month.
The Green Lantern.
The only thing he doesn't want to be known for.
Because it was the worst movie that he has. Well, just
to go back for Dwayne Johnson. So he is the most popular, successful actor on the planet right now. He's the one that is grossing the most money per movie. So he's the most successful in terms of finance, profit,
and income,
and he's releasing his own alcohol brand. And it's the same, like, okay, you're a nice guy, I know you like tequila, with moderation, but still, like, where it's coming from, the wrestling world, and like kids look up to these guys.
I know.
And it's your responsibility to not get into these type of things. And I remember when I watched the Last Dance, and we were talking about it, like, Michael Jordan, when they said, what would you do different if you had to redo your career now? Like, most people say, I won't change anything. He said, like, the only thing that I would change is not play the role model game. Because he never wanted to be a role model. He never wanted to be somebody that kids look up to, because he was not perfect. And he thought about it, like, he was like, but it was in the 90s, so there was like, it was like a godlike exposure that talented or famous people had. It's less like that now. But it's true that you have to, raise the question. It's like, why are you making alcohol liquor brand? You have millions and millions of dollars. Why are you doing that? If it's not for money, what is it for? Because I want to represent. You want to represent what? We know how many, like, we know it's dangerous for the body. We know it's dangerous for the mind. We know the consequences of people living with alcoholic people. It's for money. It's for nothing else. It's for nothing else but money. So don't try to deny it. I mean, I'm sure like the PR try to find something that sounds true. Yeah. But at the end of the day, when you think about it, it's like, what else do you need?
Yeah. Well, well, that's the only thing that I think I am agreeing with this new Mexican government
Mm-hmm.
is that, because it's really, for me, it's really important. And if you're in your states, in your cities, there normally is a food bank.
Mm-hmm.
So you can donate
Yeah.
money or time distributing food, but with, healthy food.
But
To these neighborhoods that they don't have, like good food. And there's also many other organizations that they help people to harvest sustainable food
or donate leftovers from grocery stores.
So
like you have associations like that.
I go, well, this year I couldn't, but last year I was going with my daughter, and we helped to harvest and to clean, because you have to clean the compost, which is we really need to think about try to feed us and our kids the best way we can, and help other communities to be able to do that. So if you have time and the resources, go and donate, and try to educate
within your family.
Because that's where you start. Of course, I give my daughter, sometimes junk food, because they have to. It's good for me. My mom, oh my God, like it was so rare.
Okay.
Very rare to have candies. We don't even have. No, we don't even had at the table like fruit, water. What it was only natural water, like water, plain, and that's good. But we need to make some awareness about how we feed our kids. Try to, feed them the best we can.
Educate
Education.
Them well. And I can hear, because we're in the US, like a lot of people will be like kind of appalled like by this story, saying, so what, the government is going to tell them how to eat? Oh, there they like it's, you lose your freedom. Like that's the way.
Yeah. That's the way
it's viewed here. But the problem is, at some point, like, because it's your responsibility to take care of your citizens, it's also your responsibility to try to direct them to the right direction, because all these private companies that are killing our kids and killing ourselves, killed our parents, or like because of bad processed food that brought cancer and things like that. It does happen, even if you're a denier. Food is the first reason why people get cancer.
What we
and
consume.
it's all because of this. But at some point, you have to ring the alarm and say, stop. We need to be very conscious about it. It's of course, you can take it in the store. It's available.
Accessible.
It's accessible.
Yes.
It's there. It tastes good. It's full of things that you can get addicted to.
Yes.
But it's killing you, and that's like.
I mean, once in a while, it's fine.
No, everything once in a while.
But just like
your cheat day.
Yeah, and for moms that are single like me, sometimes you're so tired.
Yes.
Or like you, sometimes you're so tired that, okay, pizza.
Yeah.
The one that I ate today.
But gluten-free.
But just seriously, like food, what we put in our body affects 200%.
Oh, yeah.
And believe me, probably if you are young and you is like, nah, I'm young, I don't think it's true. Believe me, when you are older, you can start feeling the consequences of what you eat. Believe me, and here it's a proof. My hair was, since I was doing very bad for the last 10 years, the repercussions went in my hair and my skin. And it's not because I am a shallow person and I only want to look good. No. Because the way it is here in the shell, imagine inside. So you have to think about that.
Yeah.
So eat the best.
and if you think it's not the government's responsibility to take this type of drastic measures to make the course change, just think about it like, we send people to prison because they're criminals, and it's the same. It's a criminal act against yourself or against your kids if you give them shit
poison.
to it.
And just because
it's poison.
These big companies want more money.
So it's like, just think about the way to protect us. Like, we're all not good. We're not perfect. We're all humans. Some of us are doing better than others in different aspects of life.
Of course.
But at some point, we need to be like real about what's going on and see that we cannot be fed poison that way. And
the government needs to help people to be able to have this food accessible, the good and healthy food. It's not only because you're lazy or you didn't teach your kids to eat well. No, people that think of like that, seriously, like, go to these places and try to buy good food with the money that they have for one day. Right?
Yeah.
So
it's not easy.
It's not easy.
But hang in there, do your best. It's really
do some exercise.
Yes. No, I mean, it's hard because I know, like, okay, just one last example, but when I was very active, when I was running a lot and I was careful about what I was eating, when we talked about the eat right for your blood type and things like that, honestly, I felt the best in my life, and I was like in my late 30s, and look at me now, and I cannot replicate that yet. So we know it's hard. It's not easy.
It's good habits. It's a bad habit that we need to come to.
But I remember how great I was feeling, and I was like alert. I was like more productive. I could multitask without any problem, even though I don't believe in multitasking.
Multitask.
I could switch from one activity to another very quickly. You
multitask.
Task.
While feeling sorry for yourself, you're watching TV. And drinking.
I think we can live on that.
So you can multitask.
Yes.
Okay.
So guys, you can also multitask by listening, feeling sorry for yourself, and listening to us. Yes. And hopefully we'll make you feel a little bit better. Okay. So what should we do?
Make things happen.
Yes.
Yay!
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Good night.
Take care of yourself and subscribe.
Sí, please,
like,
por favor.
Comment. Please give us some feedback.
For our audience in Mexico, gracias. Merci beaucoup. Muchas gracias. Viva México.
Super now. Thank you.